Good morning, students. Myself Abhishek Sharma from Mount Litera Z School, Jhansi. As you already know that we are pursuing third chapter of class 12th IED, that is New Economic Policies. In my previous class, I have already started the topic of liberalization. Now today we are continuing this chapter by financial, tax, forex reforms and trade and investment reforms. So what were the financial reforms? Government decided to change the role of RBI. The role of RBI was reduced from regulator to facilitator of financial sector. Origin of private banks. For example, ICICI Bank, HSBC Bank came with new opportunities. Increase in limit of foreign investment, which is around 51% now. Easiness in expansion and diversification of existing business. Now, what were the tax reforms? Basically, there are two types of tax: direct tax, in which incidence and burden are paid on the same person, and indirect tax, in which incidence and burden are done on different person. Major reforms: reduction in taxes, reduction in indirect taxes, simplification of taxation process. Now, what was the forex reforms? Forex reforms means foreign exchange reforms. Devaluation of rupee. Devaluation refers to the reduction in the value of domestic currency by the government itself. To overcome the BOP crisis, the rupee was devalued against foreign currencies. Market determined exchange rate. The government allowed rupee value to be free from its control and regulation. As a result, market forces of demand and supply determined the exchange value. And last was trade and investment reforms. In 91, a lot of restrictions were imposed on import to protest the domestic industries. But this was the scene of before 91. After 91, there was quite flexibility in these tariffs and quotas. Removal of quantitative restriction on import and export. Under the new economic policy, quantitative restriction on import and export were greatly reduced. Second, removal of export duties. Export duties were removed to increase the competitiveness position of Indian goods in the international market, so that Indian goods can beat in foreign markets and give a good competition in foreign markets. Third was reduction in import duties. Import duties were reduced to improve the position of domestic goods in the foreign market. And last was relaxation in import licensing system. The licensing system of India regarding import and export is quite complex and complicated. The import licensing was abolished except in cases of hazardous and environmentally sensitive industries. This encouraged domestic industries to import raw material at better prices, which raised their efficiency and made them more competitive. Now, last was the industrial reforms. I have already discussed it earlier, but just for your information, reduction in the licensing policies and decrease in the role of public sector from 17 sector to 3 sector, that is defense, atomic energy and railway transportation. Third was de-reservation under the small scale industries, and last was the monopolies and restrictive trade practices MRTP Act. With the introduction of liberalization and expansion scheme, the requirement for large companies to seek prior approval for expansion, establishment of new undertaking, merger, amalgamation, etc. were eliminated. In this context, financial sector includes financial institutions like commercial bank, investment banks, stock exchange operation, and other foreign exchange market. The financial sector in India is controlled by the central bank, that is RBI of the country. So student, that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.